If you're looking to explore some local history, Explore La Crosse and the La Crosse County Historical Society have you covered with their Mansions and Memories Summer Trolley Tour, which continues this weekend. One of the guides, Sam Linder, joined us in studio to share why it appeals to both those who are new to town and folks like Sam and me who have lived here our entire lives.
Growing up in La Crosse, driving down Cass Street and looking at all the castles and mansions, and you wonder who lived in them, who built them, what are their stories. And this tour really, it brings all those relationships together into focus, not just about the architecture, but the stories of the people.
Yeah, because this is something that might be interesting for folks coming to visit the La Crosse area, but also, like you said, those of us who have grown up here our entire lives and have driven by these places hundreds, thousands of times, not necessarily knowing the history behind it.
There's certainly a lot of natives who join thinking it's just going to be kind of an architecture tour, and then they're thinking, oh my gosh, I've never heard this story. I've lived here for 40, 50, 60 years, and this is new information to me. So it's pretty cool to have those kind of aha moments.
Yeah, and it seems like it's part of a lot of the outreach that the Historical Society does here, trying to preserve the stories of La Crosse. Why is that so important?
It's important because I think it's the one thing that La Crosse all has in common, the one thing we can all agree on that's worth preserving is the heritage and the stories. We have success stories on the tour. For example, Concordia Hall, which was at risk of being demolished in the 80s and 90s. And then there was a coalition that came together, saved it, and today it's one of the only buildings still standing that can trace its roots back to the early German immigrants. So
fascinating. Yeah. So you get to learn a little bit about these businesses, these houses, and see some of those historical stories come to life in a way that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do it. So when are the next stops coming up?
The next tour is this Saturday at 9:30. And then there are 2 Saturdays in August as well. There is August 9th and August 30th, both at 9:30.
Okay, is there a cost involved?
Yep, it's $60.
Okay.
And that gets you a 2.5 to 3 hour trolley tour, as well as 2 stop-offs. One at the Hickson House, where there's a first floor guided walking tour, and then another at Castle La Crosse, a bed and breakfast, where we have another first floor tour and go inside probably the most famous mansion in La Crosse.
And then you'll be able to impress all your friends with your knowledge of La Crosse when you're driving around. That's kind of the cool thing about these tours.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm guilty of giving a mini tour every time I drive down Cass Street.
I love it. Well, Sam, thanks so much for stopping by to talk about Mansions and Memories from the La Crosse County Historical Society.
Thanks for having me, Dustin.
And again, there are 3 dates left for the tour this summer, beginning with this Saturday. We'll have a link to reserve your spot a little later on this morning on our news app and at WXW.com.